Hey, great evening, and welcome to A Tree of Life. I am your girl, Shelly Jordan. I am Shelly Jordan for those of you that do know, and I am Shelly Jordan for those of you that don't know. I wanted to come on here and share a great word with you tonight about forgiveness. Yes, we are talking about forgiveness. And what's so beautiful about forgiveness is that when you are able to forgive a person for a hurt that they've done to you, you really do get to experience a sense of peace. You get your joy back, you get your peace back. Because what we found out is that when you're in a state of unforgiveness, you are bitter, angry, envious, jealous, bitter, um, strife, hatred, character assassination. We do all the things. We look for opportunities to tell people what somebody did to us, right? We do that. So, real quick, I want to give you a definition. First of all, forgive means this is just one of many that I have. It actually means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. I talked about in the Bible, an offense is a stumbling block, a wrong that causes someone to sin or be tempted. It's a stumbling block, something that causes you to fall. You know, the Greek word for it is scandalon. And I read a book by a guy named John Bevere. Maybe you guys have heard of him. But John Bevere wrote a book called The Bait of Satan. And in this book, he talks about this scandalon stick that the hunters use for their prey. He says that they use the scandalon stick to hold the gate up, the latch up, or the door up, or whatever, and put the feed inside the cage. And when the prey comes in, it hits the scandalon stick and it traps you inside of this cage. And that's exactly how Satan does us. He tricks us into taking the bait that somebody has done something to us to hurt us and that we can't get over it. And then bam, we've taken the bait and locked ourselves in this gate of bitterness, this gate of unforgiveness, this gate of envy, jealousy, character assassination, all the things that I talked about, strife, anger, outrage, all of those things. But here's what's so interesting. Here's a quote from out of his book, The Bait of Satan. He says, when we retain an offense in our heart, we filter everything through it. He says that we pick it up, consume it, and feed on it in our hearts. Then we become offended. Once we are offended, there's the hurt, the anger, the outrage, the jealousy, resentment, strife, bitterness, hatred, and envy. I even added character assassination because the moment somebody mentions that person's name, you get the opportunity, you take the opportunity to tell everybody what that person done to you. He says after this happens, the consequences of picking up an offense are insults, attacks, wounding, division, separation, broken relationship, betrayal, backsliding. And here's the thing, it really is true because we don't talk to that person anymore. Matter of fact, we see them coming, we turn and go the other way. Again, we just tell everybody about what they done because not only are you hurt, but you want others to know that you're hurt and that that's the person that hurt you. Um, the key, I want to tell you about the key to forgiveness. The key to forgiving others is remembering how much our Father in heaven has forgiven you. What people do to us, we see as this uh, huge huge thing. And we never give thought to how much our Father has forgiven us, right? Colossians chapter 3, verse 13 says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. So, what that boils down to is this: Matthew chapter 6, verse 12. Yes, Matthew chapter 6, verse 12, then 14 and 15. 14 and 15 basically says this, that if you don't forgive men of their trespasses, then your Father in heaven can't forgive you for your trespasses. But if you forgive men of their trespasses, then your Father in heaven can forgive you for your trespasses. And so, he didn't say that this was an option for you not to forgive. He said that we must forgive. And part of being in relationship with God is being obedient to Him, right? It's about being obedient to Him. So, my question to you is, why do you think Jesus made it a point for us to forgive? Very important question. And then, two, is being unloving the same as unforgiving? What do you think about that? And three, I've been guilty of saying this and had to repent of my sins for it. We say, I can forgive, but I can't forget. If you can't forget it, is that not the same as still being unforgiving? Think about those things that I've asked. I want to hear from you. My name is Shelly Jordan. I'm your girl. For those of you that do know, I'm Shelly Jordan. I'm your girl for those of you that don't know. We are talking about connecting coffee with Christians for a series of forgiveness. Don't worry about if you're not a Christian. Just know that I'm your girl and I'm going to take care of you. Just come on in, think about the questions that I posed to you, and I really want you to give some real thought to that, because we are required to forgive. Am I saying that what a person done to you was right? I'm not saying that at all. Are the symptoms or feelings that you experience, are they real? Are they valid? Sure, they're God-given feelings, right? Being hurt, bitterness, jealousy, angry, all of these are real emotions. However, However, God has called us to forgive. He didn't say it was it was a choice. It is a requirement. It is a mandate that you must forgive. I want you to come on back because I want to tell you exactly how to forgive, what it's going to take for you to forgive. Because when you're in a state of unforgiveness, you really are doing a disservice to yourself. You are keeping yourself in bondage and you deserve to be free. So, forgiveness is not for the other person, forgiveness is for you so that you can be free, so that you can experience the joy and the happiness that God intended for you to have. Does that make sense? All right, I'm your girl, Shelly Jordan. Stay tuned for part 2, 3. There's some other videos I want you to check out about forgiveness, but come on back. Your girl is going to tell you how to get yourself free. All right, be good to yourself. Peace.